What's up, y'all? Weebfox here, chiming in just to you saw the video length, and I'm just letting you know why that is. We're doing a double match. Jeexx doesn't know this by the time I'm recording this. Obviously, it's all done and dusted. But when we go into Jeexx doesn't know that this is a thing. But I figured, like, for the Duel Terminal finale, it could be fun to do something like this. And I had two decks I really wanted to take for a spin, so I just figured it just makes sense and works out here. So that's why the length is insane. And an additional thing is that since Jeexx is still traveling, I don't think there is going to be an episode next week. So this is sort of a double episode. So so you know, a heads up, there will be no episode next Sunday. I'm not sure about the following Sunday yet, because I don't know how the schedule aligns with Jeexx, but I'll let you know with the community posts, or maybe in this video comments or description if I remember, but more likely community posts if whether there will be a 2-week break or not. But no upload next Sunday for Yu-Gi-Oh! Because Jeexx still traveling, so consider this a double upload. So hopefully you enjoy the episode, and I'll see y'all. Don't leave, please watch the video. Just enjoy the video. Peace. Yu-Gi-Oh! An incredibly complex card game with tens of thousands of cards. However, what if each set was separated from the rest of the massive card pool and your choices when building a deck were extremely limited? In this series, in order to learn Yu-Gi-Oh! From the ground up, I will be embarking on an adventure through the history of the card game with Jeexx. In each episode, we will have access to all the cards in a select product, and using only the cards in that product, both of us will build a deck before playing a best of 3 match to determine the winner of the episode. We will move in a chronological order in the series, and with each new episode, we will forget the cards of the past in order to experience something brand new. We hope you enjoyed this adventure through Yu-Gi-Oh! And its evolution with us. Welcome to the historic Yu-Gi-Oh! Learning journey. And ladies and fellas, welcome back to the historic Yu-Gi-Oh! Learning journey. You saw what I said in the start of the episode, hopefully. So that's why the episode is longer, but I have gotten annoyed with myself with these and my deck breakdowns being so long, so I'll stop talking about individual cards unless they're like super important. So we'll just go through the general vibe here, and hopefully my deck breakdown won't be 16 minutes. Although I have 2 decks this time, so maybe I'll give myself some leeway. But yeah, we're covering Duel Terminal 7, the conclusion of the Duel Terminal saga. That's why the Giga episode. It's not just because Jeexx is traveling, but we just figured like that it works. Or I guess this time I figured, because I kind of wanted to surprise Jeexx with that. But yeah, Duel Terminal 7, we have, once again, go, ga stuff. We have just good overall cards like Honest and Grand Mole here, Quillbolt even there for the, if you want to go the Synchro route. We have Gem Knights, we have Fabled, we have X-Sabers, we have Levels, we have Gish. Basically, like, everything that's been apparent in Duel Terminal before is here still. But the big new things are Constellars, who just have level 3s, 4s, and 5s, and they focus on level modulation and swarming the field and just making a ton of extra deck plays. And then Evilswarms. We saw the old bad Steel Swarms, now they're actually better. Evilswarms focus more on like control effects instead of being this like gimmicky tribute summoning archetype, so that's pretty neat. And then Gem Knights we've seen before, but this is like when they actually hit their stride and get some good stuff here, which is funny that I'm talking about that with the vanilla, but yeah, just believe me, man. Also, we just have some generically really good rank 4s like Laval Chain and Daigusto. Emerald here as well. Pleiades, obviously a very good good card for Constellars. The Spell Trap lineup is kind of whatever. Scrubber and Scarecrow is pretty good, but mostly otherwise it's like stuff for the actual archetypes themselves. Esper Star Sparrow is interesting. Obviously gives you access to stuff like DD War Lady if you want to play those. But when your opponent declares a direct attack while Star Sparrow is in your graveyard, you can special summon it in face-up defense position from your grave. And obviously it gets so much in defense, but it's absolutely massive and pretty annoying because your opponent cannot target other stuff than Star Sparrow. So if you have a way to get it in the grave, then that is something you can do. Other like generically good stuff here is just stuff like Tin Goldfish. Gearspring Spirit is there if you're running a machine type thing. You can get a free level 8 there, but that's probably not really relevant for here. Infernity Lightsworn, like I said, like most of the stuff just appears. Then we have a lot of Gem Knight stuff here, like Gem Turtle. Obviously, just make the game plan of Gem Knights easier to execute. Sophia Goddess of Rebirth. I've been hinting at the Giga episode to Jeexx for a little while now, and he's very much convinced that I'm just trying to summon Sophia, which is not what I'm trying to do. But Sophia is just this weird super boss character, which, funny enough, is not. It doesn't have like any sort of protection. It just, the special summon cannot be negated, and then like you basically wipe everything else except for Sophia. But after that, your opponent is just free to remove it. It's basically just a vanilla then, which is pretty funny. So Master Diamond, Seraphonite, obviously like very good Gem Knight stuff here. I made sure, so going into this, I know that Jeexx is playing the Gem Knights, which just makes sense for what we're going with the theming, as you'll see in the deck breakdowns. Go with the theming for my decks, and Gem Knights being like this, almost like a pseudo hero archetype, and then the Light and Shadow Imprisoning Mirrors here, probably going to come up. Let's just say that much. But yeah, I really enjoyed this breakdown. I feel like I was talking a lot of nonsense. I don't know if any of that was clear, but this is basically just a excuse for me to talk about this set overall before we focus on individual decks. Anyway, so I think it's fine, and I'll hopefully try to stay consistent with the model of the set breakdowns going forward, which I think I've said this like 5 times at this point in this series, and don't hold your breath, but I'll try my best. Hopefully you enjoyed the set breakdown, and I will see y'all in the deck building sections next.
We have finally got to the end of Duel Terminal. So Duel Terminal is, it's got its ups and downs, you know. Overall, it introduces a lot of really weak archetypes that are thematically cool, or that end up carrying like something into the future in a way. Like, there's Ritual Beasts, which are basically an evolution of Gustos to a degree, in the sense that the themes of Gusto like cards end up transforming into Ritual Beasts. And then there's of course stuff like Shadows, which are basically Evilswarms to a degree, and in a way there's also cards from literally Duel Terminal in there. But yeah, like overall, I think Duel Terminal has been a really good time, and I'm finally excited to be able to be playing Gem Knights. I've been putting this off the entire time because I knew for a fact, since we started this, that I would play Gem Knights in the last set. I knew that from the get-go. As long as Gem Knights were available, I would play this in the last set. But anyway, let's start off with DD Esper Star Sparrow. There can only be one DD Esper Star Sparrow on the field. Your opponent cannot target other monsters you control with attacks or effects. When your opponent's monster declares a direct attack, while this card is in your graveyard, you can special summon this card from your graveyard in face-up defense position. If summoned this way, banish it when it leaves the field. So it's a light warrior monster with 3k attack and 1.5k defense. The main reason why it's in here is specifically because it can be used for summoning Seraphonite, and that's it. And you can then get it out from the graveyard and make another one later, possibly. Or you just summon it, and you have a 3k beat stick, and that's it. It's not very good, it's not very strong, but I thought it was funny, and I put it in. Evilswarm Azathoth is a 1.950 defensive quote-unquote wall, which allows me to bounce or spin a special summon monster from the field. And I think that can be pretty strong as a turn 1 normal summon, or normal set. I think I can see a world where that actually gives me insane tempo. Now, this is something that, because I built this deck a while ago, and I don't remember why I only had 2 armadillos, but I've already played the set, and I don't want to change it now, and I would have changed it to 3 armadillo if I had been paying any attention. Because I think I was like thinking, oh, I'm never going to draw into my fusion spells. I can already search for some of my, I thought I had the ability to search for my gem knights with stuff like Lazuli and Obsidian, but then mid-game, I also realized that, oh, these don't actually work like that. But I would play 3 copies of Armadillo for a normal summon to search one, and then be able to actually do things. I will probably be playing the Geminis now instead of just the normal monsters. But yeah. Armadillo, normal summon, 1.7k. When this normal summon, you can add a Gem Knight from your deck to your hand, any Gem Knight. Gem Knight Lazuli, is it Gem Knight card? No, it's Gem Knight monster, so you can't like do Gem Knight fusion, for example. If you could, then you would never really want to play turtle. Like you would just play significantly less turtles. By Gem Knight Lazuli, if this card is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can target one normal monster in your graveyard and add that target to your hand. And if Gem Knight Obsidian is sent to the graveyard from your hand by a card effect, or like in general, you can target one level 4 or lower normal monster in your graveyard and a special summon. So you can summon Garnets or Sapphires or Tourmalines. Then we got Gem Turtle on flip, add a Gem Knight Fusion to your hand. Grand Mole, a rock, earth monster, which allows me to go into Zirconia, and also probably the strongest form of removal that I have in this entire deck. Sophia, as a joke, Sophia is the ultimate card of Duel Terminal. Sophia resets the entire board, basically. It sets everything back to 0, and you have to start over. That's also a part of the Duel Terminal lore. We did not actually ever cover all of Duel Terminal lore, but if this video gets enough likes and subscribes for Weebfox, like and subscribe, guys, hit that notification bell. Then we will go over all of Duel Terminal on twitch.tv/Jeexx on every Sunday, except for this next month. Except for the previous month. Because you're going to see this. Fuck it. Fuck it. Ignore that. But yeah, Sophia is pretty much the ultimate card and the incarnation in Duel Terminal lore that zeroes the entire board out. Cannot be normal under a set, must be special summoned by banishing a face-up Ritual, Fusion, Synchro, and XYZ monster from anywhere on the field. So you can banish your opponent's cards and your own cards. That's meant to be a thematic thing where Evilswarms are Evilswarms are XYZ monsters and Constellars are XYZ monsters. But outside of that, every single other archetype barely has any XYZ support. But they have good Ritual support and good Fusion support and good Synchro support. So you use Gustos and Levels and Flame Walls to make Synchros, you use Gishkis to make Rituals, and then you use Gem Knights to make Fusions. Simple as. It's really cool. I like the idea of Sophia. They later come back to this and kind of explore this again with Infernoids. I think it's Terranoid or Tieranoid, something like that. But yeah, it cannot be special summoned by any other ways. This card's special summon cannot be negated. When this card is special summoned, banish all other cards from both players' hands, fields, and graveyards. Cards and effects cannot be activated in response to this effect's activation. So yeah, she's basically Zark. She is Zark in the regard that it's difficult to summon. It's not Zark in the sense that like the effect doesn't do what Zark does, but Zark is meant to be summoned using every other summoning form, and the end result is this super ultra powerful godlike being supposedly that is supposed to just win the game outright. Zark doesn't. Sophia doesn't really do that, but Sophia leaves you with a 3.6k beat streak on board after your opponent is put to 0 cards on hand and grave and field. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Like, it's not gonna happen, but if it does, that'll be funny. Garnet. I don't think I need to explain what Garnet is. The whole concept of running a one-off card in your main deck that is a dead card when you draw it, that is referred to a Garnet nowadays. I think people know what Garnet is. These are all fairly useless, except for the fact that I can totally see Garnet and Sapphire being relevant due to their high stats. Tourmaline is here for Topaz, Sapphire is here for, I think it's Aquamarine, and yeah, and Garnet is here for, what's his face? Ruby, yeah. And also, because of Pyro, it can go into Citrine, and Citrine can be used for dealing with Scrap Iron Scarecrow, which is in the set, and so on and so forth. But yeah, then we have DDR, because we banish a lot of Geminites, it can be fairly useful. Gemini Fusion, because we can, like, use this to fuse cards, and this is recursive, so I want to have 3 of them in the deck. Even though, like, because every time I use one, I can basically get it back. Because I get one of the materials back, and I can banish the other material usually to add it back to my hand. It's pretty good. 3 MST because I needed filler, and 3 polymerization because I needed filler, and I also wanted to have more fusion spells. Because I felt like, well, I'm I'm never gonna draw these. Like, I only have 6 of these. What the fuck am I gonna do with 6 of these? So I ended up going for 3 more polys so I can have a more consistent rate of actually drawing into fusion spells. Then we have Fragment Fusion. Banish from your graveyard the fusion material monsters that are listed on Gem Knight Fusion Monster card. Then spell summon that fusion monster from your extra deck. This spell summon is treated as a fusion summon and destroyed during the end phase. So basically, you use this to turbo out another. Like, you Gem Knight Fusion, you make one. You use Fragment Fusion to use the materials again, and then you have 2 big bodies on the field, for example, and you just swing. Oh yeah, it's not very good, but hopefully this comes up. I know this comes up. Pyroxene Fusion. Send from your hand or your side of the field to the graveyard the fusion material monsters that are listed on Gem Knight Fusion Monster card. The spell summon that fusion monster from your extra deck. This spell summon is treated as a fusion summon. So I wanted to play one of these mostly because of the fact that I was thinking if there's a world where I end up needing to have like interruption with with cards like Aquamarine or Amethyst, it can be fairly useful. Then 2 copies of Scrap Iron Scarecrow, because I think this will be fairly strong, because we only have MSTs, and we don't really have any good ways of dealing with spell traps outside of MST. DD Warrior Lady for X removal and a light monster. Mandragora for possible XYZ plays. Visel, sorry, if my opponent happens to be playing Synchro monsters, which could be kinda good. I think it's just for Synchros, right? Yeah, target 1 Synchro Monster EE. Then a 3rd copy of DDR, and Light Imprisoning and Dark Imprisoning. Because I don't know if Weebfox is playing Constellars or Evilswarm. And we'll see. You'll see. I now know. Because I'm from the future. And then we have Amethyst. Must be fusion summoned first. Requires a Gem Knight and an Aqua. When it's into the graveyard, return all set cards, spell traps on the field to the hand. Sapphire and a Gem Knight must be fusion summoned with the above fusion material monsters. If this card attacks, change its defense position, and then when this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, target 1 card your opponent controls and return that target to their hand. Citrine, your opponent cannot activate activate effects or cards when this card attacks. Master Diamond, cadence 100 for each gem monster in your graveyard, and once per turn you can banish 1 level 7 or lower Gem Knight fusion monster from your graveyard. And until the end phase, this card's name becomes that monster's, and replace this effect with that monster's original effect. Prisma Aura must play fusion summon, Gem Knight and Thunder type. Once per turn you can send 1 Gem Knight card from your hand to the graveyard, and then target 1 card on the field and destroy that target. And that means I can send out like Gem Knight fusion. Ruby. Once per turn, you can contribute 1 Gem Knight monster, and this card gains attack equal to its attack. And where is this card gains attack equal to the tribute monster attack. If this card attacks the defense position monster, inflict piercing damage. Yeah, this card can be pretty good too, like overall. Seraphinite is a card that people probably know. They have seen this card many times. I will not explain what this does actually. I should maybe, but I won't. Topaz must first be fusion summoned and can do 2 attacks and has the Flame Wingman effect. And Zirconia, rock type monster and a Gem Knight monster, so Grand Mole or pretty much any non-normal monster Gem Knight. Daigusto Emerald, which is targets 3 monsters in the graveyard and shuffles into the deck and draws 1, or targets 1 non-effect monster and spell summons it. Pearl, because it's a non-effect XYZ monster, it's a big body, it's kind of good. Lovable Chain, because we don't really get to play this card ever after this, so I wanted to put it in. So I just put a Lovable Chain in so I can maybe get some stuff out into the graveyard that I might want. But anywho, that about does it. I think, as I said, we've already played the set. This is one of the best episodes we've probably recorded in ages. Mostly because of the fact that the matches were grindy, the matches were fun. We were both like intending to have a short session, but it turned out completely different, as you can probably tell from the length of the video. Hope you enjoy it, and I will see you in a month.
And guys and gals, welcome back here with Duel Terminal 7, our first deck. This is a Giga episode. Jeexx doesn't know this when by the time I'm making this deck. Jeexx doesn't know that I'm gonna hit it with the double whammy, but so I have 2 decks here. We're gonna make this a mega episode, and I feel like it just fits. There are 2 like the light and dark stuff that I want to play here. Jeexx has like the heroes of Duel Terminal and Gem Knights almost. They're like a hero equivalent, having like different elemental fusions and stuff like that. So, and I feel like it just fits, and it's a nice send-off way for Duel Terminal, which has been a lot of fun, and I'm very happy that we did this. But since I have two decks to break down, it's going to take a little bit longer, but I'll try to turbo through this and not dwell on each card as I tend to do often, making a deck that has mostly cards that we already know 16 minutes. I don't know how I did that, but hopefully we can fire this in a much faster pace. So let's start with the first one, the Constellars. Just focus around a lot of XYZ spam. And starting us off, we have a single Razal Hag. I contribute this to, you contribute this to spell summon any Constellar monster from your hand or grave in face-up defense position, except Razal Hag. This is basically, the thing about Constellars is you are constantly looking for specific levels. Mostly we want to have 4s. I'm not even running any of the 5s because I feel like they're just a little bit cloggy. Even some of the 3s feel a little bad to use, but we need to fill our deck with 40 cards, so that's why they are here. Razal Hag is just a way for us to get whatever we need in the moment. And then Siat is probably our best one, maybe our best one. It can be spell summoned if your opponent controls monster and you don't, so side effect. And then once per turn, you can target a Constellar you control or in your grave to make Siat a specific level, the level of that, and then it can only be used as the XZ material for a Constellar monster, but that doesn't matter because most of the time we won't be going for those anyway. So Siat can basically be any level that you want it to be, and it can also spell summon itself, which obviously makes it a really good one. Then for the level 3s, we have Shiradan. Normal summon, you can add a Constellar monster from your deck to your hand. Doesn't have a level limit here, so we can add a 3 that we can get if we want, but Shiradan just opens up our deck for later. Leonis, doing your main phase, you can normal summon a Constellar monster in addition to a normal summon set, so just gives us a second normal summon of a Constellar monster. Something like Leonis and then Shiradan obviously works really well, because we can then make a 3 with these. We'll have a Constellar to go next turn. It's just really good. And then Aldebaran here, level 3, on normal summon, you can spell summon a level 3 Constellar monster from your hand. So obviously this just makes a rank 3 by itself, as long as you have a level 3 to go with this. But since Leonis and Shiradan, Leonis doesn't care about how it's summoned, but Shiradan wants to be normal summoned, you don't really want to go for Aldebaran into Shiradan. But something like Aldebaran, Shiradan, Leonis, then Shiradan obviously works. And then if you have something else to even extend afterwards, then you can just pop off. But most of the time it's just you're gonna be wanting to summon 2 Constellars to go into the Xyz place. And then we have 2 more Aldebaran in the side as well if I feel like I want to fill up my level 3s as well. Speaking of filling up some levels, for level 4s we're running all 3 at 3 copies. So we'll have Algaidi, or Algaidi, I guess I'll call it Algaidi. A normal summoning on this, you can spell summon level 4 Constellar from your hand, just immediately makes a rank 4. Pollux, once again, gives you an extra normal summon of Constellar during the turn it's normal summoned. Leonis doesn't have this condition, so Pollux is a little bit worse in that regard, but it's a level 4, which is why we like it. And then Chaos, which this also is one of our best ones, because it's between this and Siat, because what Chaos can do is up to twice you can target a constant monster on the field and activate one of these effects. Either increase or reduce level by 1. This means that if we have 2 level 4s, we can just make them make a rank 3 with them, make a rank 5 with them. We can even use Chaos only once, since it's up to twice per turn. If we happen to have a 3 and Chaos, then we can use that 1 on the 3 or 1 on the Chaos to still make an Xyz play. Chaos just means that your plays are much more flexible, and also gives us access to Pleiades, which needs 2 level 5s without running the level 5s. So Chaos just makes everything more consistent. And then finally, we're only running lights here. Honest, obviously incredibly good here as well. Then for our spell traps, 3 MST, very simple. Constellar Star Cradle, add 2 copies. Take 2 Constellar monsters in your grave, add those to your hand, but you cannot conduct your battle phase turn you activate this card. It's fine. You're only skipping your battle phase. You're getting a lot of consistency back. You're getting probably an Xyz play immediately. It's just really good recursion if you want it. Constellar Star Chart, 3 copies. Once per turn, when a Constellar Xyz monster is special summoned to your side of the field, you can draw 1. It just needs you get some draws. And then we have Constellar Belt. The activation of Light Monster effect cannot be negated. And so doing this after we've done the episode, I have a 3rd copy of this, as well as Dark Radial in the side as well. Let's just say that the only reason I have this here is to combat Light Imprisoning Mirror. And then I very quickly found out that this actually doesn't work on Light Imprisoning Mirror. So yeah, it's a dead card. My bad on that one. Constellar Meteor, add 3 copies. During the turn, if a card when this card is activated, if an opponent's monster spell like Constellar monster and the opponent's monster is not destroyed, you shuffle it into the deck at the end of the damage step. So basically, if something is getting beat up, some of our stuff is getting beat up, we can at least make Jeexx shuffle stuff back. And obviously, like shuffling it back means he has a much harder time getting it back, since it's not going in the grave. Scrap Iron Scarecrow, this is just insane. Once per turn, you can just negate an attack since it keeps recurring itself and setting it back down. So obviously a premier target for MST, but if something like this gets popped by MST, then hey, pretty nice. And then a single copy of a Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. Obviously, time when I'm making this deck, I just don't know what Jeexx is gonna play. I just found out later, like, okay, he's going Geminites, but I like building my deck like just around like, okay, I know what they're playing, so let me just throw these in. 2 more in this side as well. As for the side, we have 3 tin goldfish, just if we need more ways to get level 4s on the board. And then we have mostly nothing else here, since most of these spell traps in the set are actually like kind of whatever. So there wasn't a lot here that I wanted to put in the side apart from the Imprisoning Mirrors and Goldfish. So I just put more different Xyz monsters in case I want to go for some other there. An additional copy of Lavalval Chain, 2 more Daigusto Emerald. We'll talk about these in a little bit. And Utopia at 3. We've seen this billion times already. As for the proper extra deck that we have here though, for our rank 3, we have Constellar Hades. 1900 attack, 2 level 3 light monsters, and once per turn you can detach 1 from this card to change all monsters your opponent controls to face up defense position. It's not good, but it's a rank 3, that we can make. More relevant though, we have Price Ape. 2400 attack, actually decently big, takes 2 level 4 Constellar monster, and once per turn during the damage step of either player's turn, when a Constellar monster you control is attacking or being attacked, you can detach 1 from this to give that monster 1000 until the end of phase. So more often than not, you're just buffing this. Obviously, we have most of our stuff is revolving around making level 4s, and even something like cows can make the 3s into 4s. So although not our best thing and not what we want to be making most of the time, Praise Ape is something that we can make, but probably more likely in a lot of scenarios, instead of making Praise Ape, if we have to make a 4, we're probably making Level Vulture or Emerald, which I guess I'll talk about here. So Level Chain, once per turn you can detach 1 to choose a monster from your deck and place it on top of your deck, or Foolish Burial something. In our deck, we're most likely going to be using the second effect to set us up for the next turn. But obviously, Foolish Burial on legs is still extremely good. And then that goes to Emerald. Once per turn, you can either shuffle 3 monsters from your deck to your grave to draw 1. It like soft Pot of Embers, or target a normal monster in your grave to spoil some of the targets. Obviously, we don't care about that. We're not running any normal monsters. But our premier Xyz monster that we want to be summoning, we're using cows to buff up itself and another level 4 into level 5s, is Pleiades, which takes 2 level 5 monsters, and once per turn as a quick effect, you can detach 1 from this to target a card on the field and return it to the hand. Obviously, being able to quick effect bounce anything is really good. And then finally we have Ptolemy M7. This can also be Xyz summoned by using our Pleiades, or you can use any Constellar Xyz monster you control as material. And then if summoned this way, you can activate the effect at this turn. But once per turn, you can detach 1 material from this card to target monster on the field or either graveyard to return it to the hand. Obviously, being able to Xyz summon this using any Constellar Xyz monster is very good. And that means that even our stuff like Praseep and Hyades that's not really good can be made into a useful monster with Ptolemy M7. And I definitely would never forget this condition. And that definitely will not come up. Smile. Anyways, that's the Constellar deck. Let's talk about the next one, which is the Evilswarmers. So, getting right to it, we have Evilswarm Castor, and during the turn this was normal summon. You can normal summon an additional Evilswarm monster, and then we have Mandragora, where once again, like, it's kinda a side effect, but even better, if your opponent controls more monsters than you do, you can spell summon this card from your hand. And also, all of these have the weird 50 attack and defense tacked onto their stats. It's Evilswarms are quirky, okay? But Mandragora obviously just good swarming. We have a single Oblivisp, sorry, and an additional one in the side deck as well, where if this battles monster after damage calculation, you permanently negate the effects of that monster, which is obviously, if your opponent just beats into this, obviously pretty good. Thunderbird is one of our few cards that we actually have as a beat stick of our own. 1650 attack, which obviously isn't big, but during other player's turn, when any card effect is activated except during the damage step, you can banish Thunderbird, and then during the next standby phase to return it to the field, and it permanently gains 300 attack, making it then 1950, which obviously beats over most things that can be normal summoned. Then we have Old Lantern, where you contribute this to target a face-up monster your opponent controls and destroy it, as well as Kitos, where you contribute this to do the same, but for a spell trap. Then we have Azathoth, a second one in the side deck as well, where on flip you target a spell summoned monster on the field to shuffle it into the deck. Obviously, basically everything here revolves around a spell summoning mechanic from the extra deck, and even if not extra deck, we now have a decent amount of effects that just special summon other cards. So Azathoth gonna be live most of the time, but I don't really want to like max out on it because I feel like it's gonna get cloggy that way. And for our final Evilswarm that we're running here in the main deck, we have Frasvelg. Probably butchered that, but hopefully not too bad. I wonder if that sounds like really Nordic, like Icelandic, or maybe like a Norwegian name, Frasvelg. Which on flip targets a face-up card your opponent controls and returns it to the hand. Obviously very good. Speaking of returning stuff to the hand, we also have a single Neospatial Grand Mall, 2 more in the side. If you feel like just, you know, using a normal summon to bounce something. Grand Mall is really annoying, so it's pretty good for a control package like this. Then for the spell traps, we have 3 MST. Then we have 3 Infestation Pandemic, where you make all face-up Evilswarm monsters you can control unaffected by other spell trap effect this turn. Obviously, you can use it to protect your stuff from your opponent's like spell trap removal. You can use it to get over stuff like Scrap Iron Scarecrow, or overall just if you're pushing for damage, you can just make this to effectively, or use this to effectively make your opponent's back row useless for this turn. It's just really nice. And then we have 3 Infestation Ripples, where with 500 life points, you monster reborn something from your grave. Monster reborn something from your guess. Other monster reborn didn't already do it from the grave. Great job, me. A single Infestation Tool, where you send a Evilswarm monster from your deck to the grave to target a face-up Evilswarm to give it 800 attack until the end phase. It's kind of here just as the Infestation name, because we kind of care about that, and to fill up our deck. Then we have 3 Infestation Infection, which is a continuous shuffle that once per turn you can shuffle an Evilswarm monster from your hand or phrase from your side of the field to the main to add an Evilswarm monster from your deck to your hand. If you have some dead cards or just something that we generally like don't care about at the time, we can use those to shuffle back to the deck to get something that we actually need. And our final Infestation card is Infestation Terminus, a regular trap that targets an Evilswarm monster you control and 2 cards your opponent controls, and it bounces your opponent's cards back to the hand by banishing the card you have. And finally, also here we have 3 Scrap Iron Scarecrow, because it's just good. As for the side, we have 3 Light Imprisoning Mirror, 3 Tin Goldfish, then the additional Evilswarm name here in Zahak, which if it face-up card is destroyed by your opponent's card and sent to a graveyard, you can target a spell summon level 5 or higher monster on the field and destroy that target. It's kind of awkward, and obviously like this is mostly like, okay, it doesn't work against XYZ at all. And it's basically like here, okay, it's there to combat like fusions and synchros, but also those not really early. So it's kind of awkward to use. And obviously if your opponent is playing a Xyz heavy deck, it doesn't do much most of the time. So that's why it's in the side. The initial copies that we talked about here. And then just for the hell of it, to Amazonas Chainmaster. When destroyed by battle lines at their grave, you can pay 1,500 life points, to look at your opponent's hand and permanently add one monster from their hand to your hand. This is literally here because obviously I have a very control heavy package here. Something like Neospatial Grand Mall is annoying. And if the games feel like, okay, it's going a long time, we can use the Chain Master to set it. Hopefully Jeexx beats over it, and then we can get his Grand Mole. Obviously, if we summon it and then it goes back to hand, it goes back to his hand, so we don't want to do that, but it's just funny. It's a meme. I don't know if I'm going to do this, but it's just there for the hell of it if we want to. As for the extra deck, let's start the other way around this time, since we have Utopia, Emerald, and 2 level ball chain here as well. We already know what those do, so we don't have to talk about them. Then we have Thanatos. Takes 2 level 4s. And once done as a quick fight, you can detach one from this card to make it unaffected by other monster effects this turn. It's a way to push for damage, but obviously monster effects, when something like Scrapper and Scarecrow is here, it's a little bit awkward, which why we also played only at 1. 3 Ophion. Ophion is really good, takes 2 level 4 Evilswarm monsters, and then while it has an Xyz material, level 5 or higher monsters cannot be special summoned at all. And then once per turn, you can do this one to add an infestation spell trap from our deck to our hand. This is what we want to be doing most of the time, since it just, you summon this, basically your opponent cannot use their extra deck apart from Xyz cards, and also it adds all of our like good spell traps to our hand. It's also absolutely massive for a rank 4 at 2550. Ophion is just really good. And then we have 2 Nightmare, which they also takes 2 level 4s. When your opponent spell summons a monster, except doing the damage step, you can detach one from this to flip it down into face down defense position. It's neat, but when the spell summons that we want to be preventing are mostly the big things with Ophion, why make this when we can just make Ophion? And this is mostly here just for if the games go so long that we run out of Ophion. Then we have Bahamut, takes 2 level 4 Evilswarm monster. Once per turn, you can detach one to target one face monster your opponent controls, discount 1 Evilswarm, and if you do, take control of the opponent's monster. It's really neat, but obviously a pretty hefty cost having to discard one. But if you like are ahead in card advantage, and then we actually have the materials to make this and also still discard something. Obviously, this takes control of your opponent's monster permanently, which means that Bahamut is actually really annoying in that regard. But it's obviously takes a lot. And then finally, we have Ouroboros, the big boss, but it takes 3 level 4s. Once per turn, you can detach one to activate one of these effects, and each effect can only be used once while this card is face on the field. But obviously, you can, so you can either target a card your opponent controls, return it to the hand, or send one random card from your opponent's hand to the grave, or target one card in your opponent's graveyard and then banish it. Obviously, a way to do this is just, you put something into their hand, you pitch it from their hand, and then you banish it from the grave. It's fine. But taking 3, obviously, Ouroboros is really hard to get on the field. And most of the time, if you want like stacks piece like this, like you're probably just better off making Ophion. That's why we're only running 2 of Ouroboros, because it's really hard to make, and the payoff is like, it's okay, but it's not great. And I was like pondering between Nightmare and Thanatos, who to run 2, who to run 1. But I mean, both of them are and most of the time we're gonna want to make Ophion anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Wow, okay, that was a lot. So obviously double deck breakdown, that back to back is a lot of talking. I apologize for the yapathon. Hopefully y'all are still awake, and hopefully y'all can enjoy the episode. So thank you for watching the deck breakdowns. Thank you for watching the historic Yu-Gi-Oh! Learning journey thus far. It's just been something fun that we just came up with. Something, we're gonna do this. It's fun. Let's just document it for the hell of it. And it's been fun. And Duel Terminal, definitely like one of the more fun arcs in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Learning journey. But yeah, thank you for watching and enjoy the rest of the absolutely massive episode. I forgot to say something. What is up, ladies and lads, and welcome back to the Historic Yu-Gi-Oh! Learning journey, and welcome to the finale of Duel Terminal as we know it, with Duel Terminal 7. And all I'm gonna say is I have something planned here. I lost connection. That's, well, awkward.
I was about to say, are you actually in the game right now?
It's been kicking me like really quickly today. So anytime there's like even a bit of a pause, I'm now gonna be like super paranoid and just typing in the chat. But all I'll say is I hope y'all are locked in for a little bit of a longer episode than usual. That's all I'm gonna say. But Jeexx, how are you feeling after this? We're taking a bit of break. Hopefully nothing should change if we've counted everything correctly. There shouldn't be a pause for other viewers. Maybe a 1 week, but we'll figure that out.
Probably.
It's either going to be the same or there's a 1 week pause, which either one of those is fine. But are you feeling about us reaching finally the ultimate Duel Terminal episode?
Well, honestly, considering the fact that technically Duel Terminals last like long into the future with stuff like World Legacy carrying on the legacy of Duel Terminal, it's pretty cool overall. Like, I think Duel Terminal ending is kind of sad, but at the same time, at least we'll be getting the Duel Terminal things in the main sets now, which is cool in its own right because we get to see them more and they are not like completely isolated from everything, even though that itself was kind of cool because we got to pit stuff like Worms against like Allies of Justice and whatnot, and that's really cool.
Yeah.
But overall, I think the Duel Terminal is a gem of a like release set. I don't know what to call it really. Like, it's just generally one of the best things that they did.
It's really cool, I think. It's just, and I like how you mentioning like the World Legacy stuff and stuff like that, because like in the like recent stuff, like I like all the branded stuff and the like story that they have going, but I think like my favorite storyline when it comes to like just stuff from the cards is the World Legacy stuff with all like the Orcus, the Mech Knights, the Nightmares, like all. I think all of that stuff is just really cool, and there's like sort of being. I feel like it feels like the first like major thing like that where like they're just telling a story through the cards, which is cool. Like obviously there have been like more minor things, but I feel like there's like a much bigger thing overall, like an overarching thing.
This definitely blaze a trail for all the future card stories that came along.
Yeah, which I think is very cool. I think that's a neat thing about Yu-Gi-Oh! That I don't know if, at least, I don't know other card games really have that.
I mean, Vanguard has a lot of that because a lot of Vanguard cards specifically have like stories tied to them. For example, one of the strongest cards in like early Vanguard is a card that eventually like dies in the first season, and there's a billion different permutations of it like that come later, which are supposedly like the forms that it took before it reached the ultimate form where it died. And none of them are as strong as the original because the original released in a time period where it was just so strong. Gotcha. And that's really cool.
And I guess when I like thinking about it, like Magic kind of has this stuff. I was like immediately thinking like, there's like stuff like the Elder spell and all the stuff surrounding Nicol Bola. So I was just talking out of my ass, and basically like most the major card games actually end up having stuff like that. So
considering that they've existed since the dawn of like card games, like trading card games, it's kind of hard, like easy to forget that they've been there the whole time.
Yeah.
But with Yu-Gi-Oh, they technically weren't. Like with Yu-Gi-Oh, it's an exception where there were cards that did have some story going on, but for the most part, they were just like game pieces. They were just cool game pieces that were like, in the manga.
This is actually something cool we can do.
Yeah. But yes, I have got all of my puns out of the way in case you didn't notice.
Well, then draw your pathetic 5, so I can start
My
this duel.
my final Fantasy 14 Realm Reborn online. Yes, yes.
Well, you can get back to your Final Fantasy after this, but first, uh, well, this is not a good hand, huh? Huh.
You think yours is bad? Oh my god! Just wait, bro. Just wait, buddy. Oh boy.
Yeah, you know what? This ain't the greatest, huh? Honestly,
Go next.
I think I'm just going to set 2 back row, and I hate. Can I afford to do this?
Just don't summon anything. Spat.
Doing that against Gem Knights is terrifying.
I'm gonna assure you, I have a card in my
I'll do it
hand
still.
that says I will reset your tempo immediately.
I don't like the sound of that,
Okay.
but good luck.
This
It would be funny if I just
fucking
get OTK'd without like you even getting to know what I've been playing. Immediately
this
going into extra
is immediately. I'm gonna activate Gemini Fusion to send from my hand to the
Ooh.
graveyard. Obsidian and Neospatian Grand Mole to special summon
Oh,
Zircon. Sorry,
who is
Zirconia.
basically just a vanilla. I mean, actually, it is just a vanilla. It's not even finished.
It's
It
just
is
a vanilla.
just a vanilla with big dumb idiot, huh?
And then I set 3, and I pass.
And then you can banish to add. Okay. Well, that's not fun.
Yay!
Let's blindly snipe
I would have
something.
activated.
I'm gonna snipe the middle one.
Motherfucker.
Okay. Don't have to deal with a second zirconia. I like that.
It would have been an OTK.
All right.
Can't believe this shit.
Well, I guess it is time. So since you control a monster, I don't. I would like to spell summon from my hand, Constellars AND. Is that okay?
I'm just gonna activate both of these right now, so you don't have to ask me if it's okay.
Oh, well, it is a pretty dead card. It is a Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. All right, then I would like to normal summon from my hand, Constellar Cause. I'll use the effect of Seat first to make it a level 1 as well. Level 4 as well. And then I'm thinking, do I want to make... I think I do, but the question is... I mean, that's so great. It doesn't make any sense to do that, I don't think. Sure. Yep, we'll just make both of them level 5s using the effect of cause twice to increase both of them. Then I will overlay for never could have seen this coming, a Pleiades.
No.
And then I think you will detach cows to bounce that thing back to your hand, and I guess I'll put this in the extra, because why not? And then we'll go poke you for 25. Well, it really is just budget heroes, huh? You just go minus your whole hand for 1 fusion, and then you just pray.
That's it's even worse than heroes.
That's why I call it like budget heroes, because like it's just bad heroes.
With the heroes specifically, and like any fusion archetype specifically, the issue is always that you need a specific card to summon them, and then they rarely have any ways of actually getting any recursion off, which is why heroes for the longest time never played fusions, like outside of cards that you could only get off of like Because Miracle Fusion is a really good card. And that's because it can use cards in the graveyard, right? That's all there.
Yeah. Well,
That's the only reason why people would ever play it.
yeah, I mean, Miracle Fusion is just a saving grace.
Yeah.
But it's just fusions are, fusions feel bad to play a lot of the time. What other like super integral stuff are Geminites missing now, except for Brilliant Fusion? Because that's obviously like
Nothing.
that's
They don't have anything.
That's actually they have the one good card,
Yeah.
which is like, oh, okay, now you can play, and even then it's obvious
Yeah.
like Geminites weren't good. It
No,
was
no.
like, hey, we'll just play the extra normal summon.
Yeah, like Geminites are the worst fusion archetype.
Probably.
Because
Yeah.
you need to play Garnets. Like, you need to play a lot of good, like, a lot of really bad normal monsters to make things work. It's what heroes went away from almost immediately, because the fact that heroes themselves realized, oh, we don't really, wanna do this. We
Yeah.
don't wanna, play a bunch of worthless fucking cards.
But I do appreciate you pulling up with Geminites, and let's just say that it might be fitting for this, but hopefully we can get something done. Let's just say that Geminites are not towards the top half of the archetypes that we could play in this set. Let's just say that.
No. Not at all.
Actually, what else? There were Constellars, there were Geminis, there were Lavals, then there were Evilswarm. I guess there was also like scattered like Gusto stuff and other shit like that.
I think Constellars and Evilswarm are probably up there. Like, I would say Constellars are probably the best purely because of the fact
Yeah.
that they have some of the strongest extra monsters in this
I would
set.
agree,
But then there's
100%.
also an argument for, well, Gustos. Gustos have access to a lot of decent stuff.
Gusto is just like super like this is such a resilient archetype. Anyways,
Yeah.
we will once again spell summon a Constellars AND. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then I will normal summon Al Guide in using the effect of that.
I will
If that's
respond
okay.
to this with
Yep.
Light Imprisoning Mirror, which
Yep.
negates the activated effects. Not the
And-
activation of the effects.
That's kind of funny.
That is funny.
Do I want to see what that thing is? But yeah, that's fine. It actually also means that Belt does nothing in this set, huh? I literally have this here. Okay, it's literally here to counteract Light Imprisoning Mirror.
But it doesn't negate the activation. It negates the activated effects.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Which is different. Kind of funny. Could have just been the same.
I guess it's still like something where like, yeah, I mean, it means that I can activate stuff like, what was the one that boosted levels like that I played Klaus last game, but like I can activate that shit, but then it'll still get negated, which is pretty funny.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I mean, yeah, I think I'll just see what this is regardless.
It is Gemturtle.
Eternal, huh?
I will add to my hand a Gemnite Fusion.
Yep. And then I guess it doesn't really matter, so I will just simply pass.
I would like to activate Gemini Fusion.
Mm-hmm.
And fuse together these two to special summon.
Another one of the big dumb idiots? Or something else
And
this
double
time?
check. do I actually have any other targets? I mean, actually, I could do something else, but that's also ass.
Yeah, no targets for Lazuli either.
That's only for Pyros, Gem Knights with the specific Gem Knight. That's wrong. I can make one that I have in hand, but then I lose another valuable card in my hand. So this is like the only actual thing that I should go for.
And I
And then
mean,
I'll just
a big dumb idiot is big dumb idiot, and he can, still do stuff.
yeah,
That goes to the
I'll
grave.
do that.
Interesting you would punch that. I wonder.
I mean, it's actually wait, no, yeah. I was thinking if you amnesty this one, doesn't matter. But yeah, I'll just swing over this one. I think that's generally better.
Yeah, I figured. I'll like, cause at least with Algaidi, if I can get another 4, I'll at least be, able to make an extra deck.
Don't even.
That's why I was like.
Oh wait, Utopia is in this and Chain is in this too. Yeah. There's a fairly big generic monster. Yeah. Never mind. Because I was thinking like, well, you don't have like a good rank 4 on Constellars, right? One that you can just make with 2.
Well, let's just say that this set had pretty good generic level source, or rank source rather.
Yeah.
And in this scenario, actually, this is also fine. So is there... Bro, this is such a dead card, the belt. Activate. Wait. Doesn't it work? Light mouse effects cannot be negated. Activated. Because it activates, it negates the negation, so it should still work. I'm wondering, like, stuff like the stuff that gets triggers on summon, wouldn't belt protect them from light imprisoning mirror? Because if it's isn't it like, what is it? The summon is an ignition effect is the name?
It negates effects, not activations. So it has no relationship with Constellar Belt, yes. So Light Imprisoning Mirror overwrites anything that Constellar Belt would do. Because it's negating not the activation, but the effect. Because Constellar Belt is specifically the activation of Light Monster's effect. For example, I could not activate Solemn Judgment or Solemn Warning on a card that is protected by Constellar Belt, because I cannot negate their effects.
I wonder why does this card even exist? Because it's worthless.
Specifically for example, in situations where you would be afraid of Solemns, be afraid of cards that negate monster effect activations. There are certain like matchups where I could see it being used, but nah. Light Imprisoning Mirror is just like a straight counter to it anyhow.
I didn't even check because I thought like it obviously like this is literally here just for Light Imprisoning Mirror. It's the only card that this is here for. That's so strange. But yeah, I'll just set one a pass.
I will normally summon, and I will swing into this.
Would you like to banish?
No. And then I would like to attack into this.
Yep.
And I go in phase 2. And I will set another card, and I will pass.
Alright. That's pretty funny. I guess we'll fire off Star Cradle. We'll add to my hand Alagaidi and a Siat. Can't use my battle phase this turn, but that's probably not going to be a problem. And then I will set a card, and I will set a card, and we'll pass.
Standby main. Flip summon. And normal summon. I would like to attack using DD Warrior Lady.
Yep. It is a Sheraton 400. Would you like to banish?
100? Yes, I would.
Yep. So they get banished.
And then attack for 1.5.
Yep.
1.9 and 2.9.
Yep.
And then I would like to activate Fragment Fusion to banish from my graveyard fusion material monsters for one of these.
Yep, that's another
I would
one
like
of
to
those,
banish.
so that'll
Yep.
do it. Well, I can take these out because they do absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
That's quite unfortunate.
Yeah. If like it's the same as Skill Drain. Skill Drain immediately just beats out Constellars. Like it just feels like a pointless card against the cards that you would want to play it against. Like when your opponent flips up one of these, you would want to just play Constellar Belt and be like, okay, these don't work anymore.
Yeah.
I can now play my game. Because it should be a response to the response. I'm gonna side out one of these.
Oh, we got a game 3.
I'm kind of baffled.
I'm
but that
not,
happened to be
after I
perfect.
realized that a single back row absolutely destroys my entire deck, so...
Yeah.
Sure. I'll normal summon a Sheraton, and we'll get to our hand from our deck. It's actually a little bit interesting. I guess I'll grab a Cows to hand.
Oh, house? What the fuck?
Yep. And then we will pass. Are we summoning the same big dumb idiot with Fusion turn 1 for the 3rd time in a row? Actually, sorry, last time was turn 2 because turn 1 was setting the turtle.
Man.
Don't like the sound of that.
One card.
Oh.
I'm gonna pass.
Alright, so like that. I'm assuming that's the turtle because I don't know what else you would want to set in this deck.
DD Warrior Lady is in the set.
Yep.
That is very important.
I guess I could go for that, but yeah, we'll just, because I think this makes the most sense, we'll just normal summon a Pollux, which gives us an additional normal summon. And then I have to think. Yeah, I will normal Cows, and then we'll use Cows effect twice to increase the levels of our 2 things. We'll once again go for Pleiades because I just feel like it's the best thing. And actually, nah, I will use the effect of Pleiades to bounce it back to your hand, and then I will poke in for 32 total. We'll go main 2, and I'll pass.
I go standby main. I normal summon. Grand mode. I would like to declare that I'm moving to battle phase.
Yep. I feel like I have kind of no. Do I?
But before I do this, I am declaring that I'm moving to my battle phase. I have yet to move to my battle phase.
Yeah,
This
I
is
know.
bull
I'm
sharking at its
basically
finest.
thinking. I mean, I can just.
You should wait until I
Yeah,
attack.
because I can just do it when you're declaring battle. So yeah.
Yeah, and then I would like to declare attack. And then I don't think I can activate Grand Mole here. I don't. I would have to. It have to be after I. Yeah, you can bounce
Yeah,
this here.
because its attack declaration happens before damage step. So
Yeah.
I would obviously lose it anyway. So although this obviously gives you the avenue to go for a fusion play, which I'm assuming is happening here, but I will elect to Jesus and bounce Grand Ball back to your hand.
I would never go for something as silly as a fusion play.
I mean, if you didn't have that line, then you're setting something just so you don't die next turn to basically any normal summon. So, yeah.
I'm gonna use Gemini Fusion from my hand.
Yeah.
To fuse together Sapphire and Tourmaline to special summon Prismura. And then I would like to
we saw a
discard from
new
my hand
one.
Gemini Fusion to pop ladies.
Gotcha. Makes sense to me.
And I would like to cry myself to sleep because I spent 4 cards to get rid of 1 card and I got 2.450 on board for it.
Oh,
Man!
That's funny. Okay, that's
this is
funny.
so ass.
Wait.
Like if I had got 1 extra gem night card, I could have maybe just swung over, like done something else. Not even swung over because that doesn't work. But man.
Honestly,
like Sapphire doesn't do anything.
Yeah, honestly, this is kind of weird, but I do think. Yeah, I think this makes the most sense. I'll normal summon Russell Hog. Then we'll tribute Russell Hog. Get from our our graveyard a Chaos. Then we'll use Chaos Effect once to increase the level of Sheradan to make it a 4. And then we'll use these 2 to make a Praseep or Prasepa, whatever that is. And I don't like to use this for 50 attack points, but unfortunately that's what we will do here. So I'll detach 1 and punch you for 950. Yeah. Then we'll go main 2 and we will pass. Hey, we got to see some other extra deck monsters from us both. Yay.
I would like to banish from my graveyard. Banish Sapphire to add to my hand Fusion.
Yep.
And then I would like to activate from my hand Gemini Fusion.
Yeah.
Send to the graveyard Gemini Garnet and Gem Turtle to Fusion Summon.
I don't like you chuckling.
Zirconia!
Okay.
And then I would like to normal summon Grand Mole and swing into this thing.
Ooh.
Yeah, I would like to activate the effect of Grand Mole.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
This thing is like the best card in my Gem Knight deck. It's a fucking Grand Mole.
Yeah, so this goes back to the extra and this go. Wait, actually, since it bounces to hand, does Sheradan still go?
No, the materials go to grave.
Matt still goes to grave, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mats aren't on the field or anywhere else.
Yeah.
So they go to grave.
And I take 20.
Then I pass.
Alrighty then, chat room. Ooh, I do not like that. Actually, do I? Oh yeah, I definitely do not like that. Oh. I mean, this is fucking stupid. But
A battle for the ages.
this isn't even. Yeah, that doesn't really do anything. I wonder. Honestly, wait. Wait, no, this works, right? Wait, it's so fucking stupid though, because you have the dumb fucking rat.
The rat.
Oh, because like
When I look at this rat, I think that he speaks like Twitch, but less evil. If you know what I mean.
yeah, I unfortunately I do. This feels so bad. Does this even make sense? The rat is the only card I know you have in your hand, correct? Because those are the two
Correct.
fusions. I only know the fucking rodent. God.
I can't wait to draw another fusion.
It would be funny. God,
I was kind of worried that I wouldn't be able to hit my fusions without Gem Turtle. So now I'm
You've
sitting
been
here like,
getting them pretty
dude,
consistently, which is pretty good.
yeah, it's fucking annoying because I have like two polymerizations in my deck as well.
This feels
So
bad, but I do think this is actually the play we're gonna be making. So I would like to. A special from my hand, since you control a monster, I don't. A Constellars yet.
yeah,
I would like to normal
Yeah.
a Asiat, and I would like to use their effect. They can both target a level force in my grave. Then I will overlay, will get back our good friend, Praseep, who is probably not long for this world, but you know, he's doing his best. Will detach
Yeah.
one, will swing for 500 points of damage, and then we'll go main 2, and we will pass. And supposously just gonna be the mole, which you know is what I'm praying
normal
for here.
summon,
Yeah,
swing,
yep,
bounce.
mole. So this goes back to the
Yeah, and pass.
Alrighty. Can we find something? God. I don't like that. I really don't. That actually sucks balls. I hate showing this, but I genuinely need to poke you to somewhere. So I'll normal summon Honest, poke you for 1100.
Yeah.
I don't like showing you a 10. I have Honest in my hand, but honest to God, no pun intended, I just need to progress the game at this point because the mole is a bastard. Okay, that is not a mole.
On the clock.
Now the thing is, that's a turtle. Turtle is flip summon, so it doesn't really matter because you can just then summon it on your turn anyway. So I think I'd rather see that that's a mole. But would I? It's either that or DD Warrior Lady. DD, yeah, honestly, it doesn't serve me any good purpose. I'll just set and pass. Because if it's DD Warrior Lady, I poke into that with Honest, then I'm boned. Okay, it's, yep. You're a freak. And one of those is going to be the fucking mole. And I just want you to know that you're a freak for that. And honestly,
you know, salt and vinegar chips are pretty good.
I think that's the like most overrated chip flavor.
They're pretty good, like in small doses, but you don't want to eat them too much. I think they're similar to sour cream, or sour cream and onion becomes like absolutely horrendous if you eat too much of it.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's some value to it. I was expecting to be told that I'm a freak for liking sour cream and onion. So this is a win.
I'll set them pass.
Witness me.
I'm witnessing.
I will normal summon Gem Armadillo to add to my hand
Yep.
a Gem Knight monster from my deck.
Yep.
And I will add to my hand
Garnet.
Garnet. This situation, it doesn't do anything. No, I will add to my hand Obsidian.
Ooh.
Then I will
Oh
activate.
yeah, I guess you
from my
fusions
hand.
and you get something back from the grave. Cool.
Yes, I will activate from my hand Polymerization
Yep.
to fuse
Obsidian and something.
Obsidian. And now I will think for a moment. I am
That's
considering the possibilities that I can actually have here.
The possibilities are endless, you know they say.
They are very fairly endless. Yes, I will admit this. I will admit this. I mean, I get this out anyway, so that doesn't help me. Garnet would probably Garnet doesn't do anything here because I don't have any targets. So I will fuse away my armadillo to summon, as you might have
The
surmised.
big dumb idiot.
The big dumb idiot.
Once
And
again,
then
yep, Zirconia.
I will activate the effect of Obsidian to special summon our hero, ladies and gentlemen.
Good old Garnet, baby.
Good old Garnet. Then I will flip summon a DD Warrior Lady.
Yep.
And DD Warrior Lady.
Mm-hmm.
Then I will normal summon Mole.
You already normal summoned Armadillo this turn?
Oh, I did. Oh, yeah. My bad. I forgot I need to actually do the thing here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll banish this, and I will add this. And I will use...
And then you'll use Garnet and Mole?
Gemini Fusion to make...
Oh, wait, we're making something new!
And then we'll normal summon Mole.
Yay, we got to see Seraphinite. Yippee!
And then I do this, and I bounce this, and then I go face.
Yep. And unfortunately for me, that is way too much damage since these are two Constellar Meteors. So you got it.
Oh, that's...
I think I'm only... Actually, I think I might be running 3. Actually, I think I am running 3. Yeah, I'm running 3. I just couldn't find stuff here. I had this. I had Algaidi. Then I had this thing. And I had... Leonis. I was basically running like the consistency boosting 3s, but sometimes it's obvious. That's the one thing that's awkward with Constellar, where sometimes you just open different levels and then you just can't do anything. But
yeah,
I
overall think
you can
like archetypes.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think archetypes that rely on XYZ summoning, but also have a lot of like inconsistent levels, are really, really annoying to play. Mostly because the fact that they never feel like consistent in the same way that Burning Abyss does. The reason why Burning Abyss feels so good is because every card is a 3.
Yeah, they're all
always
3s.
get a Dante.
Here's basically like...
you never end up in a situation where you don't have a Dante.
If there were more 4s, like, it would have been fine, but here, like, I had to run some 3s just to, like, meet the monster count, unfortunately. Which, like, in hindsight, I probably should have just made deck more like Tin Goldfish and ran a little bit less of the level 3 Constellars, but it's fine. And we got to see Gem Knights do stuff, which is nice. But normally, this is where we'd have a little bit of banter, but it is the finale of Duel Terminal.
Oh.
And you know what they say, where there is light, there is also darkness. So Jeexx,
Oh.
I would kindly ask you to say password. Please rejoin the room. We couldn't finish off Duel Terminal without, seeing this as well. There.
Oh, boy.
Oh, that's an unfortunate coin flip to lose, but we'll go with these.
The bad guys aren't gonna win this one.
It
Also,
makes sense that,
that,
the heroes prevail once, but the question is, can they do it again against the ultimate evil? That is.
When you look at all the cards that Evilswarms have, you consider the fact that they have a bunch of Gem Knight cards. It kind of indicates that Gem Knight's lost. And the reason why Seraphinite exists is also because Gem Knight's lost and they had to eventually fuse together with Constellars to beat out the Evilswarms. Which is why Seraphinite is made out of Brilliant Fusion and why it requires a light monster instead of the usual other options that you might have. Anywho, go ham.
Well, interesting. Well, I would like to normal summon a Thunderbird.
No.
And I would like to poke you for 1650.
Why would you do this to me?
And then I would like to set 3 cards in the back row because we are playing Evilswarm. And best of luck to you, gamer.
I will set 4 cards.
Oh,
and then I will I will simply
normal summon something.
Normal summon Neospatian Grand Mo. Pass.
Interesting. Very interesting, I must say.
The strongest wall. History's strongest wall versus the strongest wall now.
Well,
or something.
You know what they say about the strongest defense and strongest offense? I also have a grandma.
No!
And
you were meant to destroy them, not join them!
I think our most could, do a little bit of hugging and we can take these back to our hands. Because, I think that's pretty cool. I have Thunderbird. Please poke my opponent for 1650. We'll go main 2. We'll set another back focus. I like your 4. So I'll follow suit and back to you.
I will normal summon.
Grandma.
Gem Armadillo. Oop, no, that's not that.
Whoa, okay. Oh,
yeah,
right.
I don't know why that happened.
That's a game mechanic, huh? Interesting.
What the video game? Why is this not working? There we go.
Haven't seen that before, where you can just, return a card in your hand.
Yeah. I'll normal summon Gem Armadillo. I'll activate its effect. Do you want to respond to the activation of Gem Armadillo's effect using Evilswarm Thunderbird's effect?
I think I have no reason to not do that except the fact that I might explode, but I don't think I will, so I think I would like to do that. So we will banish Thunderbird or we will attempt to banish Thunderbird. Is there something you would like to do that?
No, I don't care.
All right, yeah.
Go for it.
So
yeah. Then I will add to my hand actually I want to double check my extra deck real quick. Could go for this thing. No, I can't actually. I can't get enough of those. This requires face up, and this thing requires. No, that's not worth that. Could go for this. Yeah, I think I will add to my hand a Gem Knight Terminal.
Yep.
And then I would like to activate from my hand a polymerization.
That's not your
Fuse
hand,
together.
but, you know,
No,
go for
from
it.
my hand. Sorry, my bad. Dude, why is this video game so fucking laggy sometimes? It's so annoying. I would like to special summon Topaz.
Yippee!
Yay! Yippee! Then I would like to activate the effect of Lazuli, and I would like to add back to my hand a Tourmaline. Then I would like to activate a polymerization from my field to fuse together a Grand Mole and a Tourmaline to special summon
Big
the
dumb
Big Dumb Idiot.
idiot!
And then I would like to go into combat and attack using Gem Armadillo.
That's a lot of damage. Yep, I got nothing for the dildo.
The dildo. I would like to attack using Topaz.
Yeah, and then you would like to use Topaz to attack it again.
Yes, I would like to attack again.
Yep.
Then I would like to attack using Zirconia.
And yeah, well, use Scarecrow for this one.
I would like to activate Fragment Fusion from my graveyard to banish my Tourmaline and my Grand Mole to make another Big Dumb Idiot. And now,
Dun, dun, dun.
I'm gonna blindly shoot this thing.
Okay.
Video game.
And what would you like to shoot?
I have pressed it 15 times.
You can just say which one. You know...
It's the middle one.
Alright, it is a Ripple, so that doesn't matter.
Okay, that doesn't matter. And then I would like to attack again.
Yeah. You got it.
I would like to call an intermission.
Alright, that is perfectly fine. I will pause the recording and will return shortly. Alright, let's try this again and let's see if you can defeat the ultimate evil for good. And save the terminal of duels.
The terminal of duels, yes, okay. Good attempt.
I do my best, you know. You've never seen this one before.
I have never seen this one before. I would like to activate the Mahor card of the Fusion summon. Let me see what I want to summon actually. I mean, I can go for. No, I can't because I need a Gem Knight and an Aqua monster. Beep beep boop boo, and this requires a Gem Knight monster. Actually, I do have access to this. Maybe I should go for that. I'll activate Gem Knight Fusion to fuse together Sapphire and Lazuli.
I don't know how like Fusion's supposed to, you know, be hard to be consistent with. But this is the second set we're playing. You're finding these things really consistently, and I don't like that. You're just actually playing the protagonist role.
It's what I do best. And to be fair, I have 3 polymerization and 3 Gem Knight
It's
Fusion
still 6 cards out of 40 that like you're always find them turn 1 or turn 2, which is.
I mean, my first draw off the top of the deck is about 1/5 chance. Not 1/5, 1/6 chance to be a fusion. So it's not that bad.
It's not that bad. It is 16.7%, so it's not that bad, guys.
It's not that bad, guys. Okay, guys? Don't worry, guys. I'm not cheating, okay? I would never admit to
50-50,
cheating.
You know, and rock, paper, scissors, you're right. You win 33% of the time. So
yeah. This is actually kind of an annoying situation for considering what I have in hand. I would like to summon Gem Knight Amethyst. And using the effect of Lazuli, I would like to add a Sapphire. And then I would like to go to battle phase and attack with Amethyst. It's important that it's all set spell cards.
Yeah. I think.
Because imagine you could open all your spells in once.
Yeah, I will Scarecrow this.
Okay. And then I will.
And I guess on my own Scarecrows, it doesn't matter. I might as well. banish Thunderbird. So it's not the damage
Okay.
step.
Well, that is. And I will set one card, and I will set another card and pass.
Interesting. All right. Draw, standby, and my standby. We get Thunderbird back, who's now 1950.
1950s. Wow.
Which is kind of funny.
That is kind of funny, yeah.
It's exactly big enough, but we will first have to consider some things. I guess God, how greedy do I want to get this question? Sure. I'll spell from my hand a Mandragora, since you control more than I do.
Yep.
And this is where it gets really awkward, but I do think this apply. I will overlay these two and summon out a God. This is awkward. I will go for a Ophion.
Yep.
And then I would like to... This sucks, but yeah, I would like to go to combat and attempt to swing over Amethyst.
Okay. In response, I will activate MST to target the Scrap Iron Scarecrow that is in the middle.
That's pretty good.
And then I will allow this to go through. I will lose 600 life points.
And these go to my hand.
Yep.
And then we will... I will set 2 back, and I will... I mean, might as well. We'll detach Thunderbird to grab an infestation. And...
Yep.
I'm basically torn between, like, 2... I do think I will grab a Pandemic to hand. And then I will set 2 more and pass.
Go standby, main. I normal summon. New Spacian Grandma.
Yep.
And I flip summon DD Warrior Lady.
Yep.
I swing using Mole. Would like to bounce.
I guess it doesn't really matter.
We're in damage step. Just to check.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm gonna Scarecrow them all.
Yep, and then I would like to swing into it with this and lose.
I'm assuming you want to banish.
Yes, I would like to banish.
Yeah, so you take 1050, but I will allow this to go through. So I will banish Ophion. If it wants to do it. Yeah.
The dueling book? Please don't. Not now.
Who's kicking the router, guys? Who's doing it?
No. Stop rocking the server. Pain. Oh. It just flashed DC.
Oh, I
on my
didn't
end.
DC.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, there we go. Nice.
Yeah. And now I will set one card and I will pass.
Yep. I'll just take the turn. I'm quite terrified of what you have out there.
Of the game.
Not Grandma. Something else. It's kind of awkward because you can still do that. Quite the predicament indeed.
Don't really like Ophion, I'm gonna be honest.
It's a pretty good card.
Oh man.
Do I think I do. Do I? I do that. I mean, it's so annoying. God, it's so annoying. So I technically could. I mean, if you have it, you have it, I guess. Alright. Let's start with a normal summon of Evilswarm Ketos. Is that okay?
I would like to respond to evils from Ketos being summoned
Yep.
with Shadow Imprisoning Mirror.
Gotcha. Then. That makes things a little bit trickier, I'm not going to lie. Mod is just so annoying. Sure, I think I will still do this. I will just battle phase. Will I? God, it's so annoying. Ask her, sure. I'm assuming you would like the bounce. Yep.
Yes, I would like to save my trump card.
Back to my hand. The deck actually doesn't have great ways of dealing with Grandma. It's kind of funny how it's like, okay, it's Gemini, but like the 3 cards are whichever Imprisoning Mirror, DD Warrior Lady, and Mole are like 90% of the deck, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, it is a little sad even, I'd say.
Yeah, but hey, at least I gave you 2 archetypes where you have just a like free trap to, you know, do stuff against them with.
Yeah. The immense siding was very simple.
I knew that. What is it? Here. Sets you back. Then that happens. I do that. I mean, I guess that doesn't matter. Well, normal Keto's back.
Yeah.
We'll go battle phase, and I would like to body check what this is.
It is a sapphire.
Alright, so I'll take 350.
350? Yeah.
And then... honestly, I don't like doing this, but I think I do have to. So I think, God. Does that achieve anything here? No. You know what? We'll activate Pandemic here to be able to... Yeah, we'll activate Pandemic to be able to pop Shadow Imprisoning with this thing.
Yep.
I like doing it, but I am not able to progress the game until I get rid of that thing, so... And I know one card in your hand is Mole, so... chances of you getting to another fusion here are pretty unlikely. Although,
I would like to activate Gem Knight Fusion to fuse together Sapphire and Obsidian to special summon a Gem Knight from my... Is it actually gonna be... Ain't no fucking way we're doing it again. I have to have something else, man. No. I mean, I can do this, and that kind of works. It's also kind of a defensive wall. It's not that bad. I will go for a Gem Knight Aquamarine. And then I would like to use the effect of Obsidian to special summon Sapphire. And then attack using Aquamarine.
And I would like to negate the attack so you don't get to put it to defense.
That is... Yeah, that is okay. Then I will simply pass.
Alright. Is there a reason? No. I'll just... Oh, thank God. Oh, we might get to play video games, finally. All right. Sure. Let us start with a normal summon of a Castor. We will use the
Yeah.
extra normal to summon out a Kitos. And then I will... Honestly, is there a reason for me to do anything else? Probably not. Yeah, really, there is not. I'll just overlay these two and go for another Ophion.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go for it here, I guess. Then we will detach Kitos and we'll get an infestation out. And honestly, do I just... Yeah, we'll actually grab a Ripples to hand.
Mm-hmm.
Then we'll set a card. You have no idea what that card might be. And do I want this back to my hand, or I don't think I do. I'll just punch over Sapphire.
Mm-hmm.
Then we'll go main 2, and I will pass. I know you have Mole in your hand, so basically you're on the draw otherwise.
By main, I would like to
Know about the Mole?
activate Gemini Fusion's effect to add it to my hand.
Mm-hmm.
Then I would like
That also works.
to
But you've been getting more fusions this game than the series thus far, I swear to God.
It's because I can keep getting the fusion spell back.
Yeah, it's
That's
good
the only
when you get
saving
into,
grace here.
into circulation. It's great because it just feeds itself, which is nice.
Yeah. I would like to normal summon. No, that
It's
doesn't.
actually interesting. Do you go for the mole since you have Marine to remove something? But obviously, you can also remove back row with Aquamarine. So, interesting position you have here.
I will summon Mole.
Gotcha.
I would like to attack using. Because that's. Because I need to get. Because the Scrap and Scarecrow is gonna fuck this up really hard. So regardless of how I attack with it, you have the control over which will go through. So I will attack using Aquamarine. Doesn't matter which one I attack with first here.
Yeah, I will let this go through.
Yep, I lose 1,050. 1,150.
These
and I will bounce
Evilswarm,
this.
You'll bounce the Ophion.
Yes,
Yeah,
because
gotcha.
I have to. And then I would like to attack using Grand Mold for poke.
Yep, and since this is free, I'll just Scarecrow this.
Yeah, and then I will pass.
All right, so now, is there something... I don't think...
I mean, you have the thing that lets you summon Caster back, so you can go from there to do a lot of bullshit, right? And you can also use...
Castory only gets the extra
Whatever.
form normally.
Oh, just from... Yeah, never mind, never mind. It's not that good. I was thinking this card is actually fairly good. If it allows you just normal another one. No,
It's
not.
it's the same thing with the Constellar stuff, which they are actually...
It's not Stellar Knights, that's for sure.
Yep. I will actually just pass.
Oh, yeah.
So you have Fusion and 2 cards that I do not know, because, yeah. I was like Sapphire, but no, I killed Sapphire. So I only know Fusion.
I will poke for 900.
Sure, I might as well do this, I guess. That's hilarious. I'll pass.
I hate the situation currently. This is tough. Just don't want to lose the card that I currently have in hand because it's really important that I keep this card in hand, really.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna set to
Mm-hmm.
swing for 900.
You know the vibes. This is so silly. I'm gonna pass.
With a normal summon, Gem Armadillo.
Mm-hmm.
I will add to my hand a Gemini. Finally, some action.
Let's go.
Let's fucking go. I will add to my hand a. Dude, that's actually kind of tough. The decision between this and that is kind of rough. I think I will have to take Obsidian though. It is at least an extender, and extenders are fairly worthwhile.
Yep, and then you're making the big dumb idiot with the fusion in your hand. Oh.
That's the thing. Am I making the big dumb idiot here?
Interesting.
Like, I have some stuff that I would not like to really lose here. That's a 4.
We got ourselves a game here, huh?
I would like to. Use Gemini Fusion.
All right.
Use Together Tourmaline and Obsidian to summon. To summon what exactly? To summon. It's a Gemini and a Thunder. I can make this thing, and I think that's the best one I could make. But I can also make this thing, and this thing. Let me check your graveyard real quick. This thing is my best bet. I will special summon Topaz.
Yep.
And then I would like to activate the effect of Obsidian.
Yep.
To special summon Tourmaline.
That's a lot of summoning.
I would like to.
Don't summon the big dumb idiot.
No. No. I would like to overlay.
Oh.
To summon.
For Pearl?
For Gusto Emerald.
I was gonna say, like, why would you? Okay, and I think for the Gusto summon, I think this is where I would like to activate my Infestation Ripples.
I would like to respond to the Infestation Ripples with Shadow Imprisoning Mirror.
All right. That's perfectly fine. So we will get back a Ketos, and then I would like. Oh.
Okay. I mean,
on my
you resolve your priority switches to me.
Sure.
So I have time to activate Jeexx Emerald, and then you have priority.
Let's bounce your extra deck monsters.
My extra deck monsters. Okay. Jeexx Emerald goes to. There's extra deck, and Topaz goes to extra deck, and then I get to special summon a non-effect monster from my graveyard. I guess I'll special summon Termalite.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would like to banish a Aquamarine to add to my hand a Gemini Fusion.
Yep.
And then I would like to activate
Gemini Fusion.
Gemini Fusion.
Yep.
Then I would like to use as materials DD Esper Star Sparrow and Tourmaline to make.
What the fuck is
That's-
this? Is this here just for a lady?
Making Seraphonite, baby! Then I would like to attack using my little fella for 900 damage.
Sure, man.
And then I would like to attack using my Seraphonite. No, my Milge! Then I pass.
Alright. How do we deal with this bullshit? Let's start by getting rid of that mirror, because otherwise we can't deal with this bullshit, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Alright. You're on the draw if I just get rid of Seraphonite. Well, I guess let's start with a special of Mandragora. Then let's follow that up with a normal of Ketos. And then... Actually, you know what? I don't want a normal summon Ketos, actually.
Yeah, go for it. I knew that this is in your hand anyway, so doesn't change anything.
Yeah.
No, wait, no, I didn't. Never mind.
Actually think instead this is the dumbest shit on this earth. I'll activate my second ripples.
Yeah.
We'll get back a... I guess it doesn't matter. We'll just get back a...
Ouroboros time, baby!
Castor.
Oh no, I was automatically logged out because of inactivity.
Well,
It's Jovari.
what was that?
Because Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah. And...
It's open in the background. Polish champ.
honestly, I think it is really the play. So yeah, we will go key. I feel like it would be... I had another funnier play in mind, but I think...
Bruh, if you don't go for
I
Ouroboros...
need to get... I need
if
to
you
get
don't go
rid-
for Ouroboros, that's
yeah, there is this episode doesn't happen without a single Ouroboros summon plus this mole needs to go at this, like,
No! Not the mole!
the mole needs to go. So we'll get Ouroboros finally on the field. Then we'll just make this easier where
No.
actually
No.
do I just
I mean, you can banish a... I would actually probably say banish the DTS for Star Sparrow.
genuinely, I think I agree, because it's
It can go back!
yeah, it can.
And it's big if it does.
I literally... Okay, well, detach one, get mole to your hand, detach another, make you pitch a card from your hand, and then detach the last one, and we'll get rid of the Sparrow.
Jovari.
And then after 10 million years, we've dealt with the mole situation. We'll attack for 450, and then I'll set a card And
It's over.
good luck. I forgot.
I'm gonna draw polymerization.
I mean, I don't think there's a single card that does much here. That's a pretty good. Actually, wait, it's not. Actually, it's a DD.
It's a lot of good cards.
Yeah, DD
What do you
word.
mean?
It's actually pretty good.
There's like, I have 2 cards that are really strong to set here. Actually, not set. I have 1 card that is really good to set and
Me
1 card that is
punching
really good to play.
over the turtle means that you get to thin your deck for 1 before the draw. Me swinging into Warrior Lady sucks. And if there's a bluff set, then more power to you. I'm going to pass. If this is where you flip up Grand Mole, it is actually, I'm going to play the GX team. I don't care.
That would be hilarious.
You'd have
But
actually the biggest balls on the planet.
Unfortunately, I will only set 1 card and pass.
At this point, I don't care what you said, I'm getting rid of it.
I didn't get rid of the Scrap Iron Scarecrow, but you lost your MSC from a shadow imprisoning mirror. Fool. Have you actually? No. I was like, if you use 3, no, nobody. I haven't. Nah, that doesn't work, buddy.
Oh, it's a face-up card.
Yeah.
Well, why did I set this in that case? Yeah,
I was considering making like a flip deck again, or I just play flip monsters. I'm gonna set 1. I'm gonna pass.
Uh-huh. Wait a minute. Okay. What is there? There's a lot.
There is a lot. I assure you, there is a lot. It is behind my house, in fact. I will activate Scrap Iron Scarecrow.
Mm-hmm.
Reset Scrap Iron Scarecrow.
I guess on the scrap activation, I'll do this.
Okay.
So scrap and the monster to your hand. And then I want to put you on the clock. Bro, this has been one hell of a game, and even if I win, it's not even over. We still have 1 more to go.
I'm gonna set 3. Pass.
That's pretty funny. I mean, this doesn't really matter. Is that actually the play? I go for that. I mean, yeah, it doesn't matter at this point. Well, normal. O-Lantern. Is that okay?
That is okay.
Battle phase, I would like to swing. You're probably gonna Scarecrow. Okay.
Scrap Iron Scarecrow.
Yep. Then the matter here? I'll just go. Do I? You know what? No. I'm not backing out anymore. We're Boros.
Aha! You fool! It is Gem Turtle.
Yep.
Yeah. I did my best.
I tried so hard.
You indeed did. Main 2.
That's so far.
It's 1 draw. I know this is a scarecrow. Am I still doing it? No. I'm gonna pass.
I'm banish from a graveyard. A Gem Knight monster. Am I?
If the other one is like a trap you can summon as a monster that can get you to a Gemini fusion.
That would be a banger. I'm gonna be honest.
That would be.
That would be fucking
That
sick.
would be. You would also get a theme song for that. Probably not Jeexx finish opening, but I could throw in like the English one.
You know what?
Yeah.
Gonna activate Fragment Fusion to banish from my graveyard any fusion material monsters listed on the Gem Knight Fusion monster card, and then special summon a fusion monster from my extra deck.
Yep.
This counts as a fusion summon. I will banish Gem Knight. Let me double check. I will banish Gem Knight Lazuli and Gem Knight Tourmaline to special summon Gem Knight Prismaura.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to activate the effect of Gem Knight Prismaura to discard from my hand a Gem Knight Fusion to destroy Evilswarm Ouroboros.
Yep. You're allowed to do that.
And then, unfortunately, I don't think I can get rid of that right now. Can I? Nah. Too much of trouble. Too much trouble, really. Just go into combat. Check this. Check for the scarecrow.
Yeah, it's still there.
There we go.
And then Fest this gets popped because Fragment the Fusion.
Yes. Actually, I'm thinking, because it's gonna get popped anyway. Should I just use it as fodder for something? No. Making the big dumb guy here is kind of dumb. Making Seraphim Knight here isn't even possible anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Gotta let it go. God, God.
Scarecrow?
In fact, yes.
Yep. A main 2 will Infection. And I'll shuffle this thing into the deck to add an Evilswarm to hand. And honestly, oh wait, oh that's funny. Do I just grab
the one that pops? Normal summon that? Pop shit.
I think I will get. God. Let me check. I'll just get a.
We have been at this for 51 minutes.
Thunderbird. Yeah. You better win this, because otherwise this is gonna be a real long one.
Comes to your hand.
Oh yeah, I'll just summon it since I have a normal this turn.
Okay.
So I was just skipping.
That
ahead.
is. Yeah. I was just making sure that you didn't. Yeah. I'll normal summon Jim Armadillo.
Mm-hmm.
And add
That's
to
pretty
my
good,
hand
Rip.
a. What do I add? What do I add? What do I actually fucking add in this case?
That's hilarious.
That sucks. Fuck! I can't even do that.
This game state is actually miserable.
No. Bro.
Oh yeah, since I want to preserve my life total, I will obviously be doing this.
Okay.
Actually, will I? Honestly?
Hmm?
I think I will. Will I? I will.
Hmm?
No, just I was thinking, like, do I want to activate this on Armadillo? And I think I do. I think I have enough life total.
I will add to my hand. But if I do that, I mean, I can use this. Color 1.
This sure has been
I'll
a
add
game,
to my hand. Gem-Knight Obsidian.
Yep.
I will flip summon Gem Turtle.
Yep.
I do not have legal targets in my deck.
Yes.
I will banish from my graveyard Obsidian to add to my hand a Gem-Knight Fusion. I would like to use
Obsidian and
Gem-Knight Fusion with Obsidian and Turtle to fusion summon the big dumb idiot.
Yep.
I would like to activate the effect of Obsidian to special summon
Yep.
Sapphire.
Mm-hmm.
Then I would like to activate
Gem-Knight Fusion.
Gem-Knight Fusion by banishing another Obsidian to add it to my hand.
And then make another big dumb idiot.
I would like to make... It doesn't work. Doesn't work. Why does this thing have to be raw? That's not really that bad. I overlay Gem-Knight Sapphire with Gem Armadillo to special summon
another Daigusto.
Daigusto Emerald.
And reshuffle some stuff.
And I will...
I'm actually interested which one you'll
detach. Doesn't work. That doesn't help. It doesn't extend anything. Because I do that, because that's a rock as well. Doesn't do anything in particular, but I should still do it regardless. I will detach Sapphire, and I will shuffle from my graveyard an Armadillo.
Yep.
A Obsidian. I can fucking hover over it. And a Prisma. 2 extra deck.
Seems pretty good.
Shuffle the deck. And I draw 1 card. man!
What is this game?
That is unfortunate.
I don't
Needless to say. I will. Do I wanna? Do I actually wanna though? Because this lets you do that, and I mean that thing lets you pop things. This is gonna be big enough to swing over, and that's gonna let you deal with that no matter what happens. So I will simply attack and attack. 1.8
Yep,
and
and obviously
2.9.
I'll once again Scarecrow the bigger thing. But
Yes.
this match would have been over ages ago if it wasn't for Scarecrow.
If the MST that I set didn't get immediately MST'd before, you know, before I had a real chance to use, because I could have just popped it. I think. No, I didn't even know that it was a scrap iron yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, I would like to MST your background.
Yep.
150 damage.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, I have literally no reason to. We'll shuffle this thing back to deck. And I'll make this easier. I'll just grab the thing I can normal and tribute, pop something of yours. I'll just directly throw that in the grave.
Yep.
Since I haven't normal this turn yet, and then that'll do it. Bro, this game is a slog. I also have like really needed to pee for like the last 50 minutes. But I was like, it's gonna end soon.
Yes.
It's gonna end soon. And I would like to normal summon Zahak that has exactly 1850 attack points. Oh my god. Okay. I really need to run to the bathroom, and after that, it's game 3 time. This is going to be an insane long one. I'll be right back. Bro, is this gonna be... This has to be like the longest, like, best of 3 that we've had in this set, right?
Bro, this is the longest episode we've ever had in the series.
Okay, there is it. You reckon this is gonna be longer than the anniversary one? Because that one was like 3 hours. I'm hoping
Probably,
to God that not.
Probably will be.
God, I hate it.
I'm gonna set one.
Kill yourself.
Set two. Pass. Wow, guys, it sure is a good thing that there are no good sets in this set. You know, Azathoth is pretty good. Hey, you know, Hairsvolger is also pretty good. Hey, DD Warrior Lady is pretty good. Gemini Turtle doesn't matter. No! No! Stop your
This sure is a video game.
Mother.
You remember when I said like, yeah, we'll have a slightly longer episode, then you'll get back to your Final Fantasy 14. Yeah, about that. Better let the people know that you'll be there in like 3 hours, maybe.
Man. Actually, this is kind of cool. I want to do this play, but I don't think it's gonna... Like, I'm legitimately gonna do a play that I think is a massive fucking throw. I'm gonna... polymerization, Gemini Sapphire, and Obsidian away.
Yep.
To make... I mean,
Actually,
it doesn't really matter which one I make. I can make Amethyst here, and Amethyst is pretty good.
Yep. And then you get
Sapphire
back anyway.
Yeah, and then I will special summon that, and then I will flip summon my DD Warrior Lady, and I would like to overlay these two for a for a lovable chain. And then I would like to detach a Sapphire to dump a Gemini Fusion to the graveyard, and then I would like to banish an Obsidian to add the Gemini Fusion to my hand. Then I would like to have
the Amethyst?
made... I would like to make a play with this, but because it's a when effect, not an if effect, so I can't pop it like that.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
It's unfortunate because Lowell Chain also isn't a target that I can use because it's types, not attributes. If it was attributes, this would actually be a fairly good play. Because
Oh
then
yeah,
I could
because
just
it's a
make
sea serpent and not a pyro, so you can make the
Yeah.
fire with that. I gotcha.
But like, I think this itself already shows like, oh god, this card is a fucking menace.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty cool.
Like, yeah, that was surprising. I did not expect anything like that to come about. Swing into this, pop Hairswalger. I think it's Hairswalger or Hairswalger. Yeah, there we go.
You take 50, and
Doesn't even
honestly,
Yeah.
I do think we'll get rid of Amethyst to get all sets back to our hands.
When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard.
Oh, it's graveyard. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Then does this
Well-
change anything?
I definitely think that I still want to do that. It's better to me to
Yeah.
bounce it anyways. It just means that I don't lose my shit.
But yeah, I did not expect to
Also,
find any
take
kind of line
your
of play.
50 points of damage.
Didn't
good
I
sir.
take the 50 points of damage?
I think
Motherfucker.
end phase will just pop your back row.
You fool. I will pop your back row.
Oh, you fool! I'm just playing.
I was actually expecting you to pop that.
I was thinking about it, but
I thought the line of play was cool enough, like where I would have just asked please don't.
Yeah, you know, it would have been neat, but I can instead, you know, just do this and make Ophion with 2 back row, which is about to be 3, because I can just add something here. We'll once again get this here. We'll just detach this to add a infestation. And honestly, I think I'll just get ripples, to be honest.
Mhm.
Then we'll go battle phase and swing over the sting for 1750. And then we will
7.
set 2 and call it there. And this is where you summon a Grand Mole or DD Warrior Lady for the nth time in the series.
Unfortunately, I already used my DD Warrior Lady because I had a cool play that I wanted to go for. I could have just sat on it, man. Oh, it's worth playing for a fairly cool play.
Yeah, it is. That is true. I think I will immediately fire off my ripples to get from the grave a Kidos, if that is okay.
Mm-hmm.
And
I would
then...
like to respond to the summoning of Kidos with Shadow Imprisoning.
Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah.
Let's normal Castor. Honestly. No, it makes 0 sense. It's, in fact, super stupid. I think this makes the most sense. I will overlay these 2 for a Lavalval chain of my own.
No! Cringe!
Then we will get...
Imagine playing banned cards. Holy fuck.
You know, I got inspired by someone.
Filthy.
Monster from our
Animal.
deck to place on top. And I think we'll just add...
Can you imagine if this was just Vampiric Tutor?
We'll get a mole
imagine.
to the top of my deck.
That would be funny.
And then we'll swing it both for what? 40 something. Honestly, that makes more sense, so we don't have to count, honestly.
Yeah. Aha!
Oh! Is it a mole?
I normal summon. Mole. To swing into your thing. To bounce. If this is that's over.
Yeah.
Sorry guys, I can't win against a card that perfectly floodgates my entire fucking...
Yeah, it's almost as if you have the exact same thing in your back row. We both have ways to
It's
deal with
almost
them,
like I can't fucking search cards for my deck to floodgate, man.
Man. Yep.
Unfortunately, the darkness prevails. But okay, all things considered, even like I said, this was a slog. I still think this was a slog, but I think this is a pretty cool way to end off.
Bro, I just found something out.
Yeah.
Look at my grandma.
Yeah. At the start of damage save, you got battles on the bonus monster.
Look at that.
Yeah.
It's got a gazillion attack points
Oh,
and a gazillion defense points.
Wait.
Yeah.
How can you do this? Wait, that's pretty cool.
If you click on it, like the numbers, it allows you to change them.
Oh wait.
Yeah. That's so handy.
Sick.
If only we had a kind person in the comment section telling us about this.
Thank you, the kind person in the comment section of Jeexx's last Final Fantasy XIV stream for
Nobody told me.
letting him do that. Shut up. We'll have to do something with the algorithm. The first person to comment on this video gets $5 PayPal. Maybe. It's like a gotcha pool. It's like a 50-50. It's maybe.
Oh yeah.
But if you don't comment, there's
Yeah.
no way. There's actually, wait, not the first one. The first 10 people all get the gotcha pool. It's I'm gonna toss a coin, and you're just gonna have to trust me that, like, I'm gonna be
I
sincere.
think I heard of this strategy somewhere. Like you just say something like, the first 100 people who like this video and share this video have a chance of getting X thing. And you just make the chance so insignificant that it doesn't matter, but it'll obviously drum up like engagement. It's fucking filthy.
Honestly,
And I don't even know if it works.
honestly,
holy.
if you made it this far, if you're at this point in the video, type meatballs in the comments, and you'll at least get a heart. Probably not the $5 PayPal, but you'll at least get a heart. But yeah, I mean, thank you, Duel Terminal, for giving us garbage and occasionally the cool stuff. But honestly, it was pretty cool. I never got to make the... I mean, I could have made Bahamut many a time, but I just never had stuff in my hand to actually make use of it. I also had an Emerald and a single Utopia. But... yeah,
I had Master Diamond and
let's go.
This guy and
Yeah, I saw that guy.
this
Sure saw that guy.
yeah.
Yep.
This is the thing that I was like, this would have been a perfect play to
yes,
end
it's
on
really
Lovable Chain. Yeah, because I can use it to swing over stuff like Scrapwire and Scarecrow, which is a really big deal.
Yeah, it's like actually in a set like this is actually a really good one.
Yeah, it's just that there was only one Pyro in my deck, and honestly, I feel like I should have played more normal monsters than I did. Because I played very few normal monsters, mostly because I was like, I'm gonna break on these 100%, so I'm just gonna play like... Oh wait, I remember why I took out Armadillo. I was like, I don't even fucking care. I'm gonna just take out Armadillos and keep in Turtles. Because I was like, I just want to get this over and done with. So now I'm like, I should have probably put in 3 Armadillos.
You know, some could say that that's a valid reason. I'm gonna say that's coping because you knew after game 2, me pulling through with the grueling victory, you were like, yeah, this is over. This dude has the upper hand, and you kind of just threw in the towel. But you know, I'll give it that this once. Now, but for real though, a fun set of and series of cards like Hidden Arsenals and Duel Terminals. I think we were initially like discussing like, we'll keep the after talk brief because this episode is already a slog.
It's like 3 hours.
Yeah. But like, I think we were initially discussing like, are we gonna do the side sets? But I think like pretty decidedly we both arrived at like, yeah, we should do this, and I'm really happy that we ended up doing that because I think they had a lot there. Which neat.
I feel like even in comparison to a lot of the sets that we had during 5 days, this was like a really good series of sets. Like, sure, they weren't the best in terms of playability at all times, and they like
went from absolute fucking dog shit to somewhat kind of cool.
Yeah.
But we also had an opportunity to play worse archetypes and create more like interesting decks around these worse archetypes that have like support cards in the set. Because
Yep.
right now, the point that we're in Yu-Gi-Oh, we cannot really take a single set and build a deck out of it anymore. And I think in a way, Duel Terminal was possibly the last remnant of that, unless we
Yep.
decide to go with the deck builder packs that we get later on.
Yeah.
Because the stuff like Battle Pack and whatnot, those could be really cool to play around with, purely because the fact that they replicate this.
Yep.
We don't really have a chance of having like a self-contained set anymore, because nothing works otherwise.
Yeah. But I'm very happy that we ended up playing this, and it was like some of the Duel Terminal episodes were some of like my favorite episodes to do, and this, no matter how you look at it, like this was a good way, a cool way to end off that saga, and it'll be interesting to see what we do next. But I'm pretty sure I don't have a way. Actually, I have a way of checking, because I have always the name templates just so I know. I'm pretty sure the next time, the next what we are doing is the Fire King and the Sea Emperor structure decks, and we were discussing it a little bit before we went live with the recording, and we already kind of are like, okay, no matter how this goes, like Jeexx just play the Fire King, but that's gonna be we'll end it here so you get back to playing Final Fantasy 14, and I'll probably grab a snack or something by the time this episode comes out, if everything goes accordingly. The expansion is going to be a month old already, but for now it's still hot and spicy right out the oven, so
it's 3 days old at this point.
Yeah,
It came out on Friday.
Yeah, we're gonna date the episode like that, but yeah, it's nothing should change for y'all. Like I said, I'm not sure how I count it. It's either there's gonna be a no break in the episodes, or there might be a 1 week break, which honestly we might just even if we got time to maybe record, we might just let Jeexx recover from the trip and take the next Monday off regardless, because this is a Giga episode, and it's kind of a double episode in one, so you'll get 2 weeks to savor that, I guess. But we'll be back to regular, either with a 1 week break after this or the next week, so you're just gonna have to check to see how we ended up doing that. But like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching this hell of an episode, and Jeexx, sign us off, please.
Peace.
Powerful. We'll catch y'all next time.